Hey guys, Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, video number 80. 80. That's right. In the last video, we got Lugia, and then I switched out my games. I put in Omega Ruby and got Ho-Oh. So, in this game, we're still in the Gen 2 Legendary, so we're gonna go try and pick up the remaining Gen 2 Legendaries, which I'm sure you know are Entei, Suicune, and Raikou. Now, again, in the description, I'm going to try and put. Oh, first of all, here we are, Trackless Forest. You gotta Soar and find the Trackless Forest. Now, in order to find the Trackless Forest, you have to have either Lugia or Ho-Oh in your team. You have to have one of those two Pokemon in your team. Now, as far as like the legendary trios go, there are several legendary trios you can find, and I think that these three, see, I have Lugia on my team, and I think that these three, the legendary beasts from Gen 2, are the easiest to find just because of the way they show up and the requirements that you need to get them. I mean, basically, you just need to have either Lugia or Ho-Oh in your party. That's really the only requirement. And the way they appear, they all appear here in the Trackless Forest, and they each appear every 20 minutes during the hour. So you know how an hour is 60 minutes long? So you break the hour down into three 20-minute segments. So during the first 20 minutes of an hour, Raikou is the one who appears. During the middle 20 minutes, it's Entei. And then during the last 20 minutes, it's Suicune. And you can see on the time down there, it's 13:31. So we're in the currently in the middle 20 minutes of the hour. So the Pokemon that we should find here first is Entei. So we're going to go ahead and do that. First, going to turn on the O power, the capture power, level 2. Now, even though this video is only like, what, 22 and a half minutes long, it actually took me about 50 minutes to do all of this. I just edited out a bunch of the useless stuff. Me, you know, flying to, you know, here and there and buying more Pokeballs and you know, waiting around for the next 20 minutes to come up. Anyway, yeah, it works just like Lugia and Ho-Oh. You go up to the ring, interact with it, and you find the legendary Pokemon. In this case, first I find Entei. I have sped up this legendary battle to 1.5 times original length, just because, yeah, I posed a question in the last video, what do you think, should I speed them up, should I not? And the one response I get said that it was good to speed them up, so, I don't really like speeding up legendary Pokemon battles, just because I think that they're kind of important. So, I decided, you know what, I'm going to speed them up to 1.5 times original length instead of 2, like I've been doing before in this Let's Play. So, yeah. I tried the Pokeball with Entei because you know how I was able to catch Heatran with the Pokeball. I thought, oh, you know, I'll give it a shot, and it didn't work. But if you listen to the music, and I know you can't really because one, I'm talking, and two, it's sped up, so it's kind of distorted. But the music that's playing is the same music that played in Gold and Silver when you would encounter Entei. Oh, that was close. I mean, if I had it like slowed down to normal speed, original speed, you would be like, oh, that's the same music. It's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool that they play the same music. Nothing to do here but throw Ultra Balls. I didn't feel like I could throw Dusk Balls because I'm not doing this at night. Can you throw Dusk Balls when you like go into the into a ring like this? Because I mean, if you look at the environment, like in this battle, it doesn't like, well, this battle doesn't really count, But there are some legendary Pokemon that you encounter in a cave. Like Heatran, for instance. Heatran was in a cave, but then, you know, you go up and interact with that ring, and it takes you to, like, an environment like this. You see how it's all kind of, like, colors and stuff? So, would a Dusk Ball still work in a case like this? See, I don't know. I would think it would, because, you know, technically you're in a cave. I mean, you're not in the cave here, but, like, with Heatran, you know, spoiler alert, you find the Lake Trio in a cave. So, I don't know. Yeah, so we've got these guys here. And then in the next video, we'll go after the... Oh, here we go. It's caught. Let's see what it has to say about Entei. Cool. Well, yeah, I was saying in the next video, we're going to... go after the legendary Regis, you know, Regigigas, Registeel, Regirock, and Regigigas. We're gonna go after those in the next video. Yeah, those are kind of difficult to catch, because there's a lot of little things that you have to do, a lot of little conditions that have to be met to run into them. That's really all. It's more tedious and difficult. But then once you catch all the Regis, like the first 3, Regigigas, Rock, and Steel, then you have to wait, I think, at least 24 hours before you can even, like, attempt to go find Regigigas. Isn't that dumb? You can't do it, like, one right after the other. You have to wait 24 hours, so... And I read somewhere, and I could be wrong, but I don't think I am, but I read somewhere when I was kind of reading about how to catch all these, that if you do, you know, adjust the clock and date in your 3DS machine, that can kind of mess things up as far as catching the legendaries. So I decided, you know what, I'm not going to touch that. I'm just going to do it naturally because yeah. So anyway, over the weekend I was able to do the Regis thing, so I'll try and post that video tomorrow. The Lake Trio, there's, you know, a way you can catch them obviously, but you have to wait, I think, at least 12 hours between each one. So, once you catch one, it's not like, oh great, I can go catch the other. No, you have to wait at least 12 hours. So, basically, one a day is how it works out because of how they're kind of spaced out. Because there's one that you catch, and it's available from 9 p.m. to 4 a.m., okay, which isn't that big a deal. And then there's another one that's available from 4 a.m. to 8 p.m., which again isn't that big a deal. It's a pretty big window. And then the third one is available from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. I mean, you just get an hour for that one. Well, that's weird. And, you know, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., I'm usually like, I don't know, let's just say that I'm usually not at the computer at that time, or not playing video games at that time. So I'm going to have to, like, set some time aside to, you know, actually go find that one. Anyway, we're back here again. It's in the last 20 minutes of the hour now. I just realized that the O-Power, the Capture 2 O-Power, has not fully rejuvenated yet. So I'm just going to use Capture 1, and hopefully that'll work. The reason it hasn't fully rejuvenated is because literally right after I caught Lugia, I came over here and did this. So the video that I posted last week of me catching Lugia, yeah, this happened like literally right after that. I just did all of this together. That's why the O power hadn't fully rejuvenated yet from when I caught Lugia. Anyway, the Pokemon that we run into here is Suicune. Suicune is probably my favorite of the legendary beasts. But I think Lugia is still my favorite Gen 2 Legendary. That's my question of the day for you guys. Between this video and the last video, we've captured all the Generation 2 Legendary Pokemon that we can. So, my question for you guys is, who is your favorite Generation 2 Legendary Pokemon? Answer in the comments, and I'll go over your answers in the next video. And you know, of course, that does include Celebi. So, you know, you could always say Celebi, too, if that one's your favorite. Doesn't have to just be the ones that we've caught in these videos. Well, there went Mayfly. Mayfly does his job, or her job, in all these battles. You know, gets the paralyze on and gets their HP down to the red, and then Mayfly faints. Do you guys know a way to tell, like, how, like, if your Pokemon's happiness is maxed out? Like, I should check the Pokemon ME, because in the Super Training you can tell if their EVs are maxed out, but in the ME, I don't know. I haven't really done anything with Pokemon ME in this game or in Pokemon X. So I don't know, maybe it's in there. I know there's people around town that you can talk to, and they can be like, "Oh, this Pokemon really likes you," and yeah. But I don't know if that necessarily means their happiness is at max or whatnot. Ooh, look, we caught the Suicune. The reason I ask is because one of the conditions for finding the Lake Trio is that you have to have 3 Pokemon at max happiness in your party. And yesterday when I was flying around trying to find the Nameless Cavern, which is where they reside, I was not able to find the Nameless Cavern. I couldn't find the actual Nameless Cavern anywhere. So that's why I thought, oh well, maybe I don't have 3 Pokemon at max happiness. Which would kinda suck, but I have to find a way to get my Pokemons happy. 'Cause I'm happy. Alright, so anyway, Legendary Beasts. That's 2 down, 1 to go. We got Entei and Suicune, and all that's left is Raikou. Fly back to Rustboro City, heal my Pokemons. Soar back to Rustboro City, excuse me. There's a difference between flying and soaring. Alright, so you probably saw that little hiccup there. that was, I had turned off the game for like 10 minutes and then turned it back on because it wasn't quite time to head back yet. So, yeah, that was what you saw. I had actually stopped recording and then picked up recording. I think this game, or this video, was like 2 separate, like, videos. Like, I recorded 2 separate videos and I put them together for this, for the purposes of this video, so that all 3 of these Pokemon would be together. Because, you know, they kind of go together. So anyway, Trackless Forest, and you feel an intense gaze, almost electrifying your entire body. Intense gaze or glaze? I don't know, but see there, it's 14:02. So we're now in the first 20 minutes of the hour, where we find Raikou. So the O power is not fully recharged yet. So I saved the game here, and I also kind of, you can't tell because I just edited it really well, but I also kind of paused the game there for a minute to wait for the O power to recharge back up before I took on Raikou. Alright, so third and final legendary beast, Raikou. Go, Mayfly. Now, a little bit about what happened here. This is actually my second time battling Raikou in this game, because the first time I battled Raikou, I accidentally knocked it out. I didn't include that just for, you know, time's sake in the video. But what I learned in that battle is that for whatever reason, Stun Spore does not affect Raikou. Like, it's not like, oh, he evaded the attack. It's like, oh, I used Stun Spore. Ooh, Stun Spore does not affect Raikou. Really. So, there's no point in Mayfly using Stun Spore here. So, I just had Mayfly try and get its HP down as low as possible. So now I'll send in Wednesday and see what she can do. Spark does nothing, but Wednesday will use Rock Slide, which honestly doesn't do as much as I thought it would. Crunch. Rock Slide again. Alright, got it down to the red. Ooh, Reflect. Huh. You know, with that Reflect up, I wonder if, well, I guess I'm just gonna use Ultra Ball. I was gonna say, with that Reflect up, I wonder if, I could be safe using another Rock Slide. Yeah, I'll just use Ultra Balls, I guess. Time to catch this thing. I was reading somewhere, like when it comes to battling legendary Pokemon and trying to catch them, that, you know, obviously it's a good idea to get a like status condition on them, because it makes them easier to catch. And apparently Sleep and Freeze are the best ones. Like, Sleep and Freeze are the status conditions that are the best ones to actually increase your chance of catching the legendary Pokemon, as opposed to, like, Paralyze. I don't even consider Poison or Burn when I come to catch these, because Poison and Burn takes off HP each time, and, you know, you see how many times I throw a Pokeball at this guy to catch it. I mean, you know, Poison or Burn would knock it out before I even had a chance to do anything. So, yeah, apparently Sleep and Freeze are the best ones to do. I typically go with Paralysis just because I think it's the most reliable one. You know, once you're paralyzed, you're paralyzed. You know, there's not much you can really do about that. You know, if you're asleep, you know, you can wake up. If you're frozen, first of all, it's really hard to freeze a Pokemon, and second of all, you know, you can thaw out. But I think Sleep works well for the Pokemon who have, like, Recover, the move Recover, because, you know, for obvious reasons, if they're paralyzed, they can still use attacks and recover themselves. I Mega Evolved Wednesday there just to make him a little bit more bulky so that he can withstand more attacks. He seems to be doing pretty good actually as far as taking attacks. But you know, I need Wednesday to stay alive, or to stay not fainted, because Wednesday is the only or that yawn is the only attack I have left in my Pokemon's repertoire that can put some kind of status effect on the Pokemon, since Stun Spore apparently doesn't work on this guy. Still trying to use them electric type moves against Wednesday. Come on, you, yeah, yes, I knew it. I knew it had to be getting close, because we're getting toward the end of the video. So I'll tell you guys what I've been doing in kind of my spare time. Is I've been playing another game. I've been playing another Pokemon game that, as of right now, I think this other Pokemon game that I've been playing is going to be the next Let's Play that I do after this one. It's not like any game I've ever played before, so it should be a lot of fun. It's a hack, obviously, because I mean, usually the only reason I don't do a hack is because I'm playing like the latest Pokemon game to come out, like Alpha Sapphire here, or when I did Pokemon X, or when I did that Fire Red with only the Charizard. So yeah, but I've been playing it. It's a lot of fun, and so hopefully, you know, when this is done, I'll be able to, you know, do that game. So good stuff coming up on this channel, guys. Anyway, thank you for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment. See you next time. Bye.